done?
No idea.
No, yeah, there's multiple issues
Okay.
on him, and I can't confirm it, but it sounds like you're in the vicinity because he had a lot of issues.
The hip bone's connected to the leg bone.
Well, like, watching Patrick Kane get his hips figured out and then become a contributor again, is there a chance that Evander Kane can be of value to the Canucks?
I mean, they were pretty good 2 years ago. Like, they went to Game 7 against the Oilers.
I know, and Canucks fans are listening to this, but I was shocked by their success that year.
Okay.
No, but I was. I mean, I didn't think they were.
I guess JT Miller's not there anymore.
But
Do you think
Beadle could give them some more?
Do you think this is a signing where it's a message sending to the fans that, like, we're going to make the playoffs next year, or at least our expectations are to make the playoffs next year? And it's funny because a lot of these announcements outside of Evander Kane is just you're bringing back the same players you had before.
Yeah.
The same ones that missed the playoffs, right? But a guy that can probably speak more to of this than us here, Dan Murphy, host of Hockey Night in Canada, Canucks on Sportsnet. Murph, thanks for joining us, man. The ball was out. Chalk flew up.
Huh? What?
His T-shirt.
I lost you there. Ask me again, Kipper.
The ball was out. Chalk flew up.
Oh, is that McEnroe on the shirt? Or is it Terry Fox? Oh, it's McEnroe.
I'm right. For those of you that cannot see, we have Dan Murphy on Zoom. He's wearing a classic John McEnroe T-shirt, and the first thought I had was chalk flew up. Are you with me, Murph? Or is it just the first T-shirt you grabbed?
I don't know if there's a connection problem here, Sammy. I'm not sure. Kipper's microphone is kind of all garbled.
Oh,
okay, should we reconnect with him?
Yeah, I guess. This is our first ever Zoom issue that we've had.
Wow.
I know. I thought it's almost July. We haven't got this wrinkle figured out.
It's pretty good,
I don't know.
For the year.
What he felt on the NHL draft show.
The most awkward moment was at
The Boston Bruins?
Hagen's with Boston. They were like, "Oh, what do you want to say to your new pick?" And they were just nothing. And he was, and he looks to the screen, and goes, "Thanks for picking me."
Oh.
And Ottawa also had issues as well. All right, Murph, we're going to try this again. Take two. You good now?
No.
I can hear Borny, but Kipper, you're garbled.
I'm garbled.
Oh, I got you.
Oh. Maybe there's no mic issues and I'm just garbled. You good now, pal?
I'm good, yeah.
All right. Okay. Outside of your John McEnroe T-shirt, let's get to the Vancouver Canucks. Okay. What is the message when Brock Besser comes back? When really no one thought that was the case all season long.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was something out of the blue. Like, I don't know what odds you would have had to give me to put $1 on him returning in the morning. I'm not sure I would have put $1 on it.
Yeah.
And something changed. And you can look at it twofold. On one hand, the Canucks, along with probably 28 or 29 other teams, found out just how difficult it was to try to add quality players to the top six. I mean, the prices were too expensive. There weren't any in free agency. It was not possible to do so. And I think when they lost out on Dvorak, which was a target for them, they made a call back to Besser's camp. And, they probably thought too, like, look at this board with Marner off of it. Two of the top three goal scorers on there are guys that we're just letting walk. Should we do this? So they went back to Besser's camp, and on Besser's end, I think the realization hit him just how difficult it was going to be to leave a place he didn't want to leave. He was resigned to it. He was going to test UFA, but when all being called, he's like, get a deal done. They went up in term. They got it to 7. I think the total money he wanted was somewhere around $50 million, and the deal was finished. And I think the Besser's happy, and I think the team is happy. Now, what message does it send? I mean, should you be running it back with the same group of guys that missed the playoffs last year, that had one of the most disappointing seasons in a long time, that failed miserably to meet expectations, that had a locker room filled with drama? I mean, a lot of people say, why? But the players themselves say that, yes, there was the locker room issue, but it's not as big as what people are making it out to be. We were hurt all year. Nobody had good seasons. We couldn't stay healthy, and we missed the playoffs by 3 points. We feel that we're a good team, and I think that bringing back Brock Besser, he feels like they're not that far away, even with the new coach. And I think you could even say that with Demko and Garland as well. Like, they were ready to commit. And with Demko, of course, the history with injuries, but Garland willing to sign for 6 more years because I think they believe the team is much better than what it showed last year.
I'll let you just jump in, but I want to just say quickly that should we give Brock Besser a little bit of credit here, because it was almost as if it was a foregone conclusion that he wasn't really welcomed back all season long. The trade deadline comes up, and I know we took it maybe differently than when it came out of, I believe, Patrick Alvin, that we couldn't even get a first rounder for him. We could barely get anything for him. And yet the guy didn't tell Vancouver Canucks to go pound salt, the other day.
Well, I mean, this is a two-way street. Brock Besser you see what happened in Toronto with Marner leaving, and there's some vitriol and the fan base is unhappy. If Besser would have left, there would have been nothing but love and sadness, right? There's an emotional connection with this player in this fan base and this city. Kind of like he's our guy, right? Drafted, developed, the longest tenured guy, just a model citizen in the dressing room, on the streets, with the fan base. We know his history. He has opened up emotionally about the struggles he's had with his family's history of health problems. So I think it's just like he's a player that the people know and love. And I think it kind of goes the other way too. He did not want to leave. I think he was getting a little anxious and a little nervous. He was ready to test it, and he would have had multiple teams, like upwards of 10 teams offering him a deal. But his heart was in Vancouver, and so he was willing to take, I'm sure he could have got 8.5 on the open market, take a little bit less money to stay where he's comfortable and to try to help this team that, there's some loyalty there with him as well.
So, like 2 weeks ago, they didn't want him?
I think that well, first off, I think they didn't want to give more than 5 years. That was last year. He wanted term.
Yeah.
I think they realized how difficult this was going to be. They still want a center. They went and got Evander Kane. They needed help in the middle six, right? They got him, and they couldn't figure out a way to get anyone else. Like, they tried to get Ross.
So what happened with Dvorak? You mentioned they couldn't outdo 1 times 5.4?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know that they wanted a centerman, and I mean, Dvorak didn't have a great season last year. I don't think that unless Suter is signed, since we've got on this call, I don't think the door is closed on Suter either. I think that if they can move salary, and the names out there are Joshua or Bluger, I think they would like to return him to the fold, because right now, I don't think there's a team in the league that has more question marks with its top 2 centers in Pettersson and Hedl, right? I mean, there's a million questions there. And then your next 2 centers after that, as it stands now, are Ratu and Bluger. I think they would love to bring back Suter and have him as part of that center group for a little more depth. And if they have to lose one of those other players, so be it. So I don't think that's dead, but when you see Mikael Granlund going for $7 million a year, there might be a chance you can't spend the money on Suter.